Hey there, it's Susan Paget here. So nice to have you with me today. I wanted to talk to you about something that's going on for me in my life, and I'm wondering if it ever happens to you. Right now, I've got so much on my plate. I've got my business, I've got projects, I'm going to university, and I'm currently doing statistics unit right now, third year, not loving it too much, all in one breath. I've got my family, I've got these things going on, and then at the same time, it's almost like a weird law. All the paperwork that you have to do in real life happens. So we've got all of our insurance going on. I've got to get a new passport. I'm just finishing up my U.S. tax return. So, it's all on. It just never fails that when you're super, super busy, there's always paperwork that goes along with it. So the other day I was trying to think of what's the strategy that I use to get through these times, because they happen all the time. And I came up with 3 things that really work for me, and I want to share them with you. The first thing that I do is I get this stuff out of my head and onto a piece of paper. Yes, I make a list, and it sounds so incredibly simple, but the thing is, when it's in your head, all these deadlines and all the things that you have to do, they just take on these monstrous proportions, whereas if you put them onto a piece of paper, you actually can see that the list is manageable, or at the very least, you can prioritize. So for my example, I have a statistics exam coming up in a couple weeks. I'm not that great on this subject. No matter how much I try, my brain is just not cut out for it. So I know I really have to devote a good proportion of my energy so I can get over the line with this. So when I have my list, I can look at all the things I need to do and work out what is essential and really important and what can just be done very, very low maintenance. So that's my first step, make a list. The second one is really an overriding concept of the whole thing and really is connected with overwhelm. And so I let go. I let go of the need to do things perfectly. I let go and I just give up the struggle of it all. Frankly, I just don't have time to sit there and whinge too much about it. It just takes away all of my energy. So I just say, I'm giving it up. I'm just going to trust that the things that I have to put on the back burner are going to get taken care of somehow. The third thing I do is I then go back to my list. So in my example, my priority is statistics. So I've put in the bulk of my time studying for that. But then I do have to take a break at certain times. So during my break, I go back to my list and I see what can I tick off. And in a weird way, the stuff to tick off on the list that's on the lower level priority actually turns in from being something that was really overwhelming to something that's actually quite enjoyable to do. So for me, whether it's doing my social media or working on my projects, whereas during normal times, maybe sometimes I have to buckle down to do them, right now, when I'm having to focus on my statistics, they can actually feel quite enjoyable to tick off. And it's amazing when you just let go and plus have a list, how things get done. It's really incredible. So anyways, those are my 3 tips for dealing with overwhelm, and I hope that helps you get through these crazy times. If you like what you hear, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel or come over to Facebook and like me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/thechangeguru.net. And last but not least, please subscribe to my newsletter. If you go to thechangeguru.net, you'll be able to subscribe right there. It's the best way to keep in touch with me. All right, I've got to get back to stats, so thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.